First impressions last a lifetime. And if they're bad ones, like the kind Prime Minister Netanyahu made with former President Bill Clinton, they're especially hard to shake.
A brash, arrogant know-it-all who is going to come into the Oval, as he did during his first meeting with President Clinton, and behave in a way that prompted the president to describe the Prime Minister's behavior in quite colorful language, which I can't repeat here.
Aaron Miller spent countless hours negotiating with Netanyahu, with nothing to show for in the end. He's one of many former U.S. diplomats wondering what turns lie ahead for the Obama administration.
It'll be quite interesting to see what happens when the yes we can meets the no we won't.
Robert Malley agrees. He was Bill Clinton's senior advisor on the Arab-Israeli conflict, and he's still called upon in Democratic circles, including by aides of his former Harvard classmate, Barack Obama.
You know, there's a conventional wisdom about Netanyahu, and I may be falling into it, which is that he's somebody who has an appearance of being very ideological, but deep down he's quite pragmatic and wants to find a way to survive.
And to ensure his survival, Netanyahu can be expected to do anything. He's been reluctant to accept the two-state solution, and he's got a history here in Washington of using low blows in order to avoid making compromises with the Palestinians.
Prime Minister Netanyahu, first iteration, played one card that really crossed every red line, which is he played domestic American politics at a time when President Clinton was facing a very rough environment. There was a whole bunch of there were the scandals, and there was a Republican and a Christian right attempt to undermine Clinton. And Netanyahu played right into it. And I would think, for his sake, that he's learned that lesson not only because it backfired the first time, but because this time there really isn't that kind of domestic landscape that he can play with.
Barack Obama is a popular American leader, both at home and abroad. And there are very few in Washington these days who will buy Netanyahu's arguments that illegal Jewish settlements somehow make Israel more secure. But those are unlikely to be points of contention in Monday's meetings. Both sides want it to go without confrontation. But the months ahead may prove more difficult. Netanyahu is dealing with a new and pragmatic president, one who believes that the status quo is not good enough. The Blair House is where the United States hosts its most exclusive guests. It's just a short distance across the streets of the Oval Office, and it's a trip that Prime Minister Netanyahu has made many times before. But that familiarity ends there. The Obama administration sees linkages between the Arab-Israeli conflict and America's standing in the Arab and Muslim world. That's a line the Israelis did not at all enjoy, but it's what the Prime Minister can expect to hear on Monday, regardless if he arrives as a new and matured statesman or the same old Netanyahu. Clayton, Swisher, Al Jazeera, Washington.